Hello everyone, Journey here. So today, Scars and I are going to be going through a replay of Juggernaut. So in that replay, the person gave
Yep,
me a...
I'm back, finally.
Oh yeah, Scars is back. So
Yeah.
the person gave me a few comments. They said all of Raiden are my friends. I don't know how we could have countered Void for a lone druid. He got fed and game ran away, I think. They had a lot of farm dependent heroes, but we couldn't win. Okay, that seems pretty straightforward. We can let me definitely talk on how you can capitalize before Faceless Void and Lone Druid get ahead, because there are like your draft definitely looks capable of getting ahead and staying ahead with Beastmaster Dazzle when you run down lanes, as well as with Healing Word. Uh, Itemization.
Is it Malnir than Meth, I'm assuming?
Yeah.
Okay.
My issue with this is I would feel very scared of getting called by a Blink Blade Mail Axe. You have very little stats, and you kind of just kill yourself if you don't have Healing Word or like a secondary hero with you. Although you're only 5, 2, and 4, I'm gonna guess at least one, like a few of these deaths that you may face are because you just get caught by Axe and he kills you or something like that. I may have considered going for either a Manta style or like this game, maybe even an SNY, because even though SNY doesn't help with Chronosphere, you would still want to consider going for an SNY Satanic build in my opinion, because if you just get Chronosphere, they can follow it up with an arrow afterwards. That's a guaranteed like 9 seconds you're out of the fight. But if you get an SNY, you can at least kite down on the axe call and the arrow after Chronosphere. That's just the
Yeah.
way I'm looking at it. And it does give you like lifesteal, which is the counter to Blade Mail, and healing amp off your healing ward, all that sort of mumbo jumbo.
Yeah, SNY definitely seems like an item you absolutely need this game. I agree.
Yeah.
Oof, 4 and 13 on the QoP. That makes the game hard when that's one of your tempo controllers.
Yeah, your team definitely seemed to have a bit of an issue, so it's not going to be entirely on you, I'd imagine. But we can look at the game now and see exactly what you could have done better. So, your starting items, we'll talk about that. So in this lane, you kind of have to itemize to beat Axe Techies, I think.
Oh.
Is it Axe Techies or Axe Marana? Right off the bat, this stick is going to do
Okay.
nothing.
Yeah, that I feel like you just go slipper circle it if you're gonna go for if you're only gonna bring 3 tangos.
Yeah. Like, your biggest concern right now is when Axe steps into the creep wave, does my support protect me? And how will I keep my HP high enough so that I don't die to a call into arrow or a call into suicide? Because that's like your biggest concern, right? Or it should be. So this magic stick is going to do very little. If I was Axe, I just level up a level 2 and 3 my counter helix and pressure you through that. And don't even care about using Battle Hunger as much. This stick is going to do very little for you compared to one more set of tangos. It will, the one more set of tangos would heal you up more. Yeah, so this show Techie's axe. So now you know for a fact this stick is useless. You're going to get, like, very minimal usage from it.
The problem is, even if you do get your stick charges, they nuke you so fast with call into blast off that like there's even a potential chance you don't get it off. Plus, I think your CM just feeds in this lane, which is kind of rough.
Yeah.
But like CM just dies so easily.
Yeah, this is not a very good lane for a low mobility, low health support. Because if they just battle hunger her, she gets slowed, then Techie's again has free reign over suicide. I'd be very careful of how much you're tanking creeps. You tanked literally a full wave of creeps. Although you should have got 4 to 4 last hits, now you're tanking creeps. So you're already like the first thing scars that I mentioned was your biggest concern is keeping your health pool high. But right now the way you've been playing the past like minute or the first minute of lane is tanking creeps. Even though it's like say 10 damage a hit per creep, it's still gonna gradually build up on you. And also the first enemy ball was useless. This magic wand's never gonna be a factor for you. I'm more than confident you're never going to hit over 11 plus 1 charges in this lane. And if you do, you probably died or can't really compete in lane with them. Like you would have been better off buying a secondary set of tangos or Wraith Band, something like that, and keeping it as a casual stick. Because right now we're already down to one last tango. The last tango you have is going to be used to get you to full health. That's interesting
You
play.
screwed up. No, working
Then,
out.
as we said, low mobility support gets kind of beat by techies.
Yeah, CM in this lane has to play almost way back, or
Yeah,
she just dies constantly. Like
yeah,
you don't have the HP to like HP or the regen to kind of like frontline it, so you guys just have a super hard time contesting any waves. Ash just walks up to you and just beats like the living hell out of you,
yeah,
and
definitely.
CM can't do anything.
Tom Riddle's letting everybody know that it was his bad. Get on you, Tom.
I'd also be asking my CM to pull.
I was literally just about to say that. Yeah, you have to really get your support to pull the lane back here because, as we mentioned before, like low mobility hero that can get easily pressured. Like CM's dead right now because the lane is so far forward that even if she wanted to run away, she's going to get caught by the battle hunger slow, and that's eventually going to kill her because it can run her down a lot longer. If that kill started to happen over here, look how much closer CM is to the tower. And not only that, you also get the extra HP regen and armor and all that stuff from your tower, which more or less negates battle hunger. Also, I'm still pretty confident you haven't hit above 10 wand charges yet.
I mean, your CS is great. Like
Yeah,
23 right now is really solid, especially in this lane. That's partly because they're not pressuring you a lot. Yeah, just focus the tech skill. But yeah, I mean, this looks pretty solid. Yeah, I mean, go pull for yourself. Nice, good. Yeah, if CMS to pull a lot,
yeah,
I'd be
yeah.
asking.
Ask your support to pull. One small thing though is your courier dead for 17 seconds, and I don't know what the new courier speeds because obviously that changes based on your level. But I'm gonna round it off and say it's gonna take about 30 seconds. So you have your full treads, but it's gonna take you 47 seconds before you can get your treads. Why not have Crystal Maid and bring it in when she died? Just right click these items, drop it onto the ground, have CM pick them up, TP in, and give them to you. That's 47 seconds where you have power treads that you normally wouldn't. That's an extra bit of damage, extra bit of health, attack speed, all that stuff. So you may as well use CM as a portable courier or a personal courier if she's coming from base. The small efficiency things that seem to be the downfall of your lane so far, like tanking creeps, not enough regen items. Like you end up having to buy more tangos because you didn't earlier. And I also would have leveled up healing ward. I uh
Yeah.
I feel like in a lane that's just gonna keep pressuring you, you do want healing ward leveled. Like you get caught in a creep wave, you get caught in a suicide. Like right now, if he was to have called you there because he had like phase boots and was already on top of you or something.
Oh my god.
Actually,
They're
here is even a
questionable
better
after.
point.
Oh, the Jew. Yeah. Well,
Like if you had a point in healing ward, like that extra level on crit didn't really change anything. But instead of having that point in healing ward, you ended up having to take a salve from CM, which is far from ideal. I'm sure you get what we're getting at for the past laning phase bit. A lot of it's just like small efficiency things where you guys kind of getting screwed by your poor starting item choices. I'll say not even screwed. You're 4-0, but you could have been 5-0, or you could have been what's CM like 0-2, 0-3. Yeah, so you probably could have covered for CM like at least one of those deaths because you have more health to sit in front of CM and protect them, or you have extra stats to kill the enemy quicker, something like that. Not sure why you're using spin to farm a small camp, to be honest.
yeah, that's a little questionable. Alright, can this guy die? You have no spin now. So this is yeah.
Yeah.
You've been dunked.
Yep.
But yeah, it's Tom Riddle.
Yeah. Tom Riddle's happy with his boys. Like, and it's another small efficiency thing. Like, why farm this small camp here when you could push out this lane that's right here? If the wave was all the way up here by their tier 1 tower, like, yeah, go farm your jungle. But the lane is right here, you may as well farm it and push it out, right? But because the lane is not pushed out enough, the Axe is able to make aggressive plays instead of having to farm the creep wave up here. If you want to be jungling, push the wave into their tower so you force their offlaner or support or whoever to occupy the lane. And if they get aggressive, they're tanking creeps. I think we'll try and speed off from the laning phase now, because I'm sure you understand most of what we're saying. A lot of this is just, oh, nice.
That was good.
Yeah. Probably dead to this, though. Oh, nice.
The healing word.
Filter Cone Stasis.
The big void rotation.
Yeah, I don't know about that one. Using your Battle Hunger there, or spin to dispel Battle Hunger, is very not worth it. Because you leave yourself open to gank for like 15 seconds. I think it's 14, right? Okay, it's 13 seconds. Yeah, so you leave yourself open to dying for 13 seconds. Which is a pretty big window if they've already rotated their core down there. Like, what happens if an arrow came out and you couldn't dodge it because you didn't have spin? It's not really worth dispelling one spammable spell. Wait, oh, right. This was last patch. It was last. This was last patch. I was super confused too. I thought Druid took a tier 2 already. I was very confused.
You have 4 heroes bottom now.
I don't see why. The better play here would be running at their mid tier one.
This tower. Yeah.
So taking this tower is nothing for you guys. This is the worst tower in Dota right now. There's literally no map control to be gained. You guys have committed 4 heroes when they have no Chronosphere to not take a tower because you went to the one lane that's like, one, difficult to take because they have this secret shop area here to play off of, and 2, even if you got it, like, what map control do you gain, hypothetically? You can control this area over here a bit better, you can access this area a bit better, but you still can't even get control of here because they have this tier 1 tower. So they always have that threat of rotating in on you. But if you take this tower, you can control this camp and this camp.
Yeah, if you're gonna like giga rotate people, you want to do it mid or their safe lane, not your off lane. It doesn't really accomplish it. You guys are still here.
Now that they have Chronosphere back up, you guys are gonna die.
Like someone go farm mid or something. Like this is just a lot of do nothing Dota.
Yeah.
Like there's been like 4 or 5 mid waves that are unfarmed.
Yeah.
Even underleveled beast, even underleveled CM, like just put them there. They get free farm. Even top, you can farm top right now. Even you go do it. You need items. You don't want to be like constantly fighting at 14 minutes. So like, just like a little thing like that, kind of more macro gaming.
Yeah.
Like don't TP back here.
Yeah, go TP top. Yeah. Go TP top or TP mid.
In this current patch, you definitely TP top because the ancients are there. But
yeah,
I guess it's kind of value to go for your ancients, but you still definitely do not want to be in this bottom lane. See, they're playing in the correct lane right now with their team. You guys see your team finally made their way top, but you guys are kind of just when you were there earlier, like you want to be top and like you can sacrifice that tower and you just get total map control and take their mid tier 1. Because they've committed all their TPs to come bottom. Instead, you guys sit bottom, all die, and then they take your tier 1 tower and you gain nothing from it, if that makes sense. Again, kind of just a macro thing. But
yeah. This only really applies like in this game because you did mention that you're playing in a 5v5 game. If this is your friends and your stack versus Dire team friends and their stack, like we are able to more effectively mention about proper team movements compared to saying you should. We're saying you guys have to because like, in 5v5 settings, they're going to be like both teams are going to make more coordinated decisions because you're in a 5v5 setting, right? Like right now, what map pressure have you made bottom from you TPing down here like 3 minutes ago or whatever it was? What map pressure have you made? At any point in time, the carry wants to be making map pressure. The Faceless Void right now is pressuring the neutrals, like normal. The lone Druid, though, is pressuring a tower. Probably shouldn't be doing it alone, but they're trying to make some sort of pressure on the map, which is very important, because that's how you win Dota. You translate map pressure into kills, kills into more map pressure, and then you have complete map control, and you win the game. While this is happening, Void is hitting his nukes.
Yeah.
Classic.
Yeah, the reason people get like mad at like any mage players, I think especially in the lower brackets, and I'm not totally sure, but like if your Mage is sitting in jungle, your carry is sitting in jungle for like 30 minutes doing nothing, you're gonna be pretty pissed because they're doing nothing. So like you want to be like Journey's been saying, push that bottom lane in into their tier one, hit the tier one a couple times, force a few TPs, and then go jungle. Like do accomplish something. 'Cause the more you split their team up, the better. Like they split your team went to kill Druid, and now your mid tower's gone. So like they kind of get like that's how you play the early game as a position one. Like you need farm, yes, but like you also can be helping create space for your own team, your like playmakers to make plays. It's kind of like a big combination.
Yeah, which is like a lot of that is what I talked about in my last video with the anti-mage. How the anti-mage who had 1k GPM, he asked for tips, and then I told them, if you want to be playing anti-mage at a higher level, you have to be making map pressure. And then they DM'd me later that day saying, oh, I didn't even think about that. Like, that's actually very helpful. Thank you for that. Because once you learn how to make map pressure, playing carry isn't just about getting your farm up, it's about mitigating the enemy carry's farm. Right now, you should hypothetically be the strongest hero on the map. But because you're AFK hitting creeps, like you're probably top net worth, right? Yeah. Top net worth in the game, highest level in the game. Utilize that. Make them come take a fight, overcommit onto you, but they don't have the items that you do, so they die. Or just make it so they have to come to you, and if they don't come fight you with their underfarmed heroes or less farmed heroes, you get an objective. Right now, you've made literally no map pressure at all. You've literally defended or joined a fight after your team has died, and then hit neutrals. And then got caught.
Getting ran at, and
Yeah. And that's just because you're playing in an area with no wards. I don't think you've had a single ward bottom all game. Look at where their wards are. Dire team's gonna have vision bottom lane because that's the most logical place to do it. Dire team wants to be playing down here. They want to invade your jungle and control it. Just like how you want to be playing in their jungle because it's a lot easier to control the enemy team's safe lane jungle because you can more effectively take tier 2 towers if you control it and win a fight. Like right now, they get a kill bottom lane, they can transition that into lane pressure. They're pushing in bottom lane, and they're forcing a fight at your tier 2. And if they win this fight, they get a tower. If they lose this fight, nothing happens at all. Because by the time that you guys regroup up to group for an objective, they're all alive. Their ultimates are back up. So utilize that idea to benefit your gameplay. Utilize the fact that they don't want to be playing top lane because if they don't, or if they win a fight, they get nothing from it. So even if you lose a fight, it's not even that bad of a scenario. Bop's getting ganked by neutrals, nice. Poor lad. Yeah, I can see how this game's starting to fall apart. Nice.
Alright, well that was good.
Yeah. You're going to the techie zone, that's a bit dangerous.
Yeah, don't go into Afghanistan. It's a good way to die.
The Void is dead and they have no Chronosphere, although you have no Omnislash. Ooh, that was a late spin. Like, how long till... Yeah, you got like a... You had like a...
Can you spin while rooted? I
Yes.
feel like you can.
Yeah. You had like a 60-second window of no Chronosphere. Just go go make a play. Your hero isn't as dependent on your ultimate as Void is. Void very much needs his BKB to fight without his Chrono, which he, for whatever reason, doesn't have.
He's going to Lincoln's, dude. He knows what's up. New meta. like our 5K Weeber, he goes Lincoln's. Oh boy. Alright. Yeah, like you have played like plenty of playmaking kind of, yeah. You have like playmaking potential with Beastmaster. Like you need to just kind of rally the troops.
Yeah. And a lot of rallying the troops is based off of the idea of having lanes shoved out. If you guys never have lanes and they're half the map, it is so hard to make plays. All of your plays become reactionary instead of proactive. You're never initiating, you're counter-initiating. And Beastmaster, Dazzle, CM don't want to be the ones ran at and then countering them. Because if that's the case, you get Blink called into arrow or Chronosphered into arrow or Lone Druid just mauls your team and your game's over because you're losing heroes off the bat.
Yeah, yeah, you guys.
Right now, the biggest concern is getting Roche for your team. Oh, what the heck was he bombing? Oh, bombing Crystal Maidens.
See if Ags.
Does he have eggs? I don't know. What the? Oh, he
Tekken's
does
have
have eggs.
Ags.
Yeah. All right. You're. This is a bit
I think
dangerous.
you're dead. He has no mines on his sign.
Oh yeah.
Very
Oh no,
interesting.
that's where you kill the maiden. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, poor maiden better than the sign. I think we'll keep fast forwarding us to the next fight. I think after the next fight we can more or less wrap this up. Ooh, nice dodge.
Oh, good man to dodge.
Timber works a bit suspect there, but it's alright. This is just not having your team with you, and again, you guys are getting jumped on. Beastmaster gets jumped on, Chronosphere, and you die. That's
Yeah,
basically game.
you have to be making the plays, not them.
Yeah. Oh, and there's Aegis. Yeah, that's game. So this game goes on another 20 minutes, but I really don't see how. It's the biggest tips we can give you as you as an individual in the carry role of this game is you have to shove lanes. You have to make their team split up so your Beastmaster Quap can run over them. The Quap is Orchid, Beastmaster has Necro 3 and Roar. At any point, they can go solo kill any of their heroes. So make that happen. Make that dream a reality. Go shove a lane. Throw your Mjolnir onto a creep, TP to another lane, shove that lane out. You have two lanes shoved out into your team's favor, and then one of those heroes are going to split off because you have two lanes shoved. You pick and choose who you want to kill, and you go. Instead, they group up, they kill Quap. They group up, they killed you and Beast. They grouped up, they killed or got map control bottom lane, and made this Techie's home. And as a team perspective, I would probably focus more on getting better supporting duos. I very much don't like Dazzle CM dual support. It feels very weak because these heroes don't like being ran at and don't offer any sort of hard lockdown to prevent themselves from being ran at. So like if you guys fall behind these supports, as you can see Crystal Maiden, she's literally in her ultimate and just gets whacked a bunch and dies, and Dazzle can't really do anything to stop that. And same thing if Dazzle was the one who stepped forward too much. He gets killed by the combos, whatever that combo may be, and then the maiden can't really help him. It is mind blowing that nobody took this healing word the whole time. Not a single hero. That was a full duration healing word surrounded by like 6 heroes. How? There's a Chronosphere. Chronos and hits a siege creep. I like it.
Really good stuff. Oh, Quap almost got out.
Yeah.
Yeah, alright, the game's pretty much over at this point.
Yeah,
You guys
definitely.
just can't really do anything.
Yeah. So I think we'll call it off with that. If you have any comments, you can drop a comment below, obviously, or you can DM either of us on Discord now that Scars is back doing this with me. And besides that, yeah, just focus on what we said. Biggest takeaway from this game on a very simplistic note is you have to make map pressure as a carry. You can't AFK farm in the jungle all game and hope to win. You like in your comment going into this game was you said they have very farm demanding heroes, but the way you played wasn't like you realized that. Because you AFK farmed yourself and let them get their core items and get their timings and their heroes, get their troops rallied up, and they walked into your jungle, killed you guys because you weren't, or your team wasn't ready. Work on that, and I think this game's a lot easier for you guys. Yeah,
Yep,
that's
100%.
pretty much it. I will, or we will see y'all later.